Hello, friends! Today, we'll delve into one of the hottest topics in the gaming industry, the release of the game Palworld. Why did sales of the game exceed 4 million copies just 3 days after release? Why did it become so popular? And what caused the discord among players and critics online? Let's find out! The game called Palworld is an adventure action game with survival elements, created by the Japanese studio Pocket Pair. The game takes place in an open fantasy world populated by creatures called pals. Players can fight and catch pals using a special ball, then summon them for other battles, and assign them tasks in base building and management. Additionally, some pals can be used as mounts, while others can be consumed as food. The game combines several genres, including action, RPG, survival, and to some extent, strategy with Tamagotchi elements. In terms of mechanics, the new game resembles a mix of Rust, Genshin Impact, and Pokémon. There is currently no storyline in the game. Your task is to protect pals, friends, from evil monsters, each of which lurks in its villainous tower. The story is more often told through notes scattered throughout the open world. Occasionally, you may encounter wanderers, but they won't tell you anything useful. Who you are and how you ended up in this world is irrelevant. You wake up amidst ruins and step into a colorful world, and that's it. The game starts with the traditional character creation. You can choose from preset characters or customize your hero by selecting features such as face, eyes, hair, skin color, and more. The character creator is quite simple, but still extensive for its structure. During extensive tutorials, you are taught the basic mechanics, of which there are many here. In the game world on the Palpagos Islands, there are 100 species of pals, each with unique skills and abilities. Some are better suited for battles, while others are helpful in construction and cooking. You can obtain these mythical creatures not only by hunting them, but also by trading with local NPCs and other players, because Palworld supports both single-player and online multiplayer modes. Each server supports up to 32 people. You can not only cooperate with other players, but also fight against them. Non-player enemies include island-dwelling criminals and local police representatives. Why did Palworld become so popular, and why did millions of gamers love it? 93% positive reviews on Steam. One reason is the successful advertising campaign launched by Pocket Pair Studio even before the game's release. Thanks in large part to this campaign, the game gained the reputation of being Pokémon with guns. This project is currently available in early access and is constantly being improved. But already, it is being played by over 1 million players worldwide. In terms of peak online players within 24 hours, the game managed to surpass even Counter-Strike 2. And this is clearly not the limit. Within 40 hours of release, the game was purchased by over 3 million people. It is priced at only $25. Additionally, the game can be downloaded for free via Game Pass. Another reason is the well-made mechanics within the game itself. For example, IGN praised the battles in Palworld, as well as the overall gameplay. A journalist from GameSpot vividly explains that this game is something completely new and unusual in its genre. A large open world full of events awaits exploration. There's plenty to discover here. Exploring the entire game will take you more than just a dozen hours. I've only played 7 so far and haven't even uncovered a third of the map, let alone thoroughly explored it. Platforms available for Palworld. The game was released on PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series SX. Palworld can be purchased and downloaded on Steam or through the Xbox Store digital distribution service. The action is also available in the Game Pass subscription. The project is available on PC and Xbox consoles, but players with consoles have encountered some problems. Xbox One and Xbox Series X vertical bar S users report crashes, inability to enter the game, black screens, and other errors. As reported by developers, they have already prepared a patch to fix these issues. As a reminder, the Xbox version of Palworld also does not have dedicated servers, unlike the Steam version of the game. Because of this, you can only play it with up to 4 people, whereas the Steam version supports multiplayer for 32 users. System requirements. Let's move on to the system requirements, and there's a lot to talk about here. Recommended: operating system, 64-bit version of Windows 10 or Windows 11. Processor: i9-9900K 3.6 GHz 8-core or equivalent from AMD. Memory: 32 GB. Graphics card: GeForce RTX 2070 or equivalent from Raiting. DirectX 11. Disk space: 40 GB. Pros and cons. The first plus is that PALs eliminate the need for tedious grinding. With them, there's no need to spend a lot of time at the base. You can leave PALs to deal with construction while you go to the neighboring field for new workers. Moreover, monsters have excellent artificial intelligence. They hardly get lost in constructions, always find food and work. But it's better to set up a feeder at the base in advance so that PALs don't get distracted by gathering berries and can efficiently handle tasks. The second plus is the abundance of content already available. There are plenty of building options, tools, and weapons, not to mention the 100 species of PALs. You can catch them literally all over the map, which is also very vast. It will take several dozen hours to explore all the technologies and capture monsters, and this is only in early access. In the future, there will be even more content. A downside I consider is that you still have to work yourself. Although free labor can be found everywhere, grinding often has to be done by your own hands. Until you gather enough zoo sizes, you will need to chop wood, mine stones, and ore. The problem does not disappear with further play. With the opening of new technologies, you need to collect even more resources, including rare ones, and the maximum number of jobs at the base grows slowly. The second downside is that catching PALs is boring. The catching process remains the same throughout the game. Fight with the creature, leave it with a few health points, throw a sphere at it, and hope the PAL won't escape. The vulnerabilities of the monster and which element it belongs to do not matter at all. The third downside is that the game is very demanding, and not every schoolchild who does not have a good computer with a powerful graphics card can afford to download and play this game. Final rating. My rating, 8/10. I deducted a couple of points in the final rating only for the lack of clear voice acting and for the very simple, although extensive, building system. Otherwise, this is an excellent game that captivates from the first minutes. It's simply impossible to tear yourself away from it once you get involved in the gameplay, and multiplayer only enhances the internal excitement, especially when you decide to raid someone else's base. Palworld is a beautiful game with its own quirks, and I'm sure you'll spend no less than 100 hours in it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot of interesting things here. Good luck to everyone, and see you later.